Oh, we're back in New World. Looking at the population right now, it looks pretty awful. We're only at 500,000. You can see here the population's continuing to decline. 232, 215, 13. And so far today, I mean, it's pretty pathetic. You can see my server's currently at only 756 people online. But it is fairly early. I mean, it's 11, 12 a.m. To me, that's not early, but these kiddies who gamed all night, probably they're tired. I don't know. They're sleeping still. Anyways, so we'll see. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I think I just have to figure out what I want to do today. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to game today, but we'll find out. I think I'm going to... That's good. I never really looked at this kind of stat overview down here in the bottom left corner. That's kind of cool. You can see my bonuses. I think some of these items we can just get rid of. They're just not selling for much. Strength, dexterity. Excuse me. I want to equip this just because I want to see what it looks like. I love some of the rapiers look really cool. That's a really cool rapier. I like when you hold down left click, she does this kind of neat looking move. Look at this spear. Kind of crazy looking. But my green spear is significantly better. Get rid of that. For the rapier. Just wanted to see what this sword looked like. Just different. You can see the different weapons. They have some pretty cool weapons in the game as far as the way they look. You got to appreciate the variation. And they're thematic. I mean, they're based on the theme of the dungeon in which you acquired them. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I even have a sword that looks kind of like that, but all right, let's go see how much inventory room we have. I'm sure we don't have any. Let's take a look. No, we're completely full. This has actually got some stuff to it. 500. Wow, 150. Look at all that alchemy and art. Oh my god. So much alchemy stuff there. Quite a bit of leatherworking here. I'm gonna need to bring that stuff back. You know what? This is where I've been having all my ore, so let us do this. Fishing. Still doesn't give me much cooking. I want to keep cooking here. We're not gonna need holes. Solar, steel. Let's do that. That'll give us a little bit of room, not as much as I wish it would give us. All these cooking. Oh my god. Let me take a look at the cook. So right here we are cooking tier 5. Whoa. That's probably why I got my cooking stuff here. Wait. It's level 24. We can get rid of that. That's still low level. My spear. Strength 5 dexterity. Get rid of that. I love the loading screens in New World. They're actually really nice. Alright. We've almost filled this bank up. I am good at filling up banks, filling up sheds. Let's see if we can do some arcana. Is there any water? There is the fountain here. I wonder if I can get water out of the fountain. Guess not. There's really no water nearby. We can buy water if we have to. I guess that's why people sell water, because you have a town like this where there's no water nearby. Alright, let's go to the Arcana. What is that? Look at that. It's like a little reindeer almost. Alright. Okay, common regenerative potion. Let's make 3 of these. Don't know how many I need for quest. Okay, acquire strong regeneration potion. Acquire common regen, 15 of them. These aren't really worth that much. And 300 XP, I mean, seriously. This is like nothing. Now, it does give you some standing, but still, that's not... This one's nice, though. These crude iron armaments, that's a good one. These XPs are much higher. The tadpole I've got somewhere. I just have to find it. I'm pretty sure I've got tadpole. Unless I should have tadpole. Hey, what's up, Tony? How's it going? I'm just crafting, of course. You did your daily quest? I don't even know what the daily quests are in this game. Honestly, when I log in, usually what I'm trying to do is You're just bored still. Usually, when I log in, all I'm trying to do is figure out how to get rid of my inventory. So, which usually requires how can I craft stuff to empty out my storage sheds because my storage sheds are all full. So if we go to town project, so I need to make 5 more common regenerative potions. Common. Let's make 5 of these, right? Yeah, just board the quest board. Yeah. Okay, so the question is, do I have them all here? Common. I've got 15. Okay, so this is gonna complete that quest. I'm just trying to get rid of quests, man. Anything I can do to get rid of these quests. I don't know how many of these we need. Town project. This one's done. Complete. Fire 10 common. That one's done. This is Everfall, and this is Windsward. Alright, so a couple of those are done. Now we need to craft quality meat supplies. Then we also need the strong regeneration potions. Sure, let's make these two. I'm just trying to get all these quests done. Okay, so we need one more strong regenerative potion. Okay. Oops, sorry. And then let's just, is there anything else we can make just like... Common beast coating? 36 arcana. 36. I'm looking for stuff that's going to level. Here's 90. $15. Doesn't give me a lot of arcana. This is going to make a soul wisp. Let's make like 14 of these. Soul essence, a powerful essence of lost soul. Look at this. Arcane Processor tier 4, arcane skill level 75. Man, I gotta level up my arcane. Arcana! 15. Potions are still the best way. I hear 90. Like these strong encumbrance potions. Look at this. Earth Wisp. And water. These increase encumbrance limit by a moderate amount for a short time. I wonder how long. It says 2 minutes. So if you wanted to, like, that's interesting. Very interesting. I wonder if how useful the strong encumbrance potions would be. Sorry, I'm checking my phone here and getting some texts. My phone's blowing up. All right. Okay, so I also like to check out the town quests because a lot of these actually give good gold and experience. These little yellow diamonds that we've seen um, in the towns, they're worth looking at because a lot of times they can be really easy, but they can reward you with quite a bit of experience. So we'll check these out.
Hello there, my friend. That's a good stop. There is one possibility.
Looks 75 gold.
The lost pirates of Traitor's Hold bear weapons fresh enough to still be useful.
XP's on the low side, but the gold isn't. I mean, 75 gold is still 75 gold. Not a ton, but if it's easy to complete. Ah, the wrong way. Ah! I'm always running the wrong direction.
You did me a good turn. You did seeing a couple of shipwrecks out on the coast. The dagger and the gray mist.
We'll accept it because both these are probably going to the same spot. Let's take a look. Or maybe not. Yeah, up here. Just north. We'll knock these two quests out real quick. Tony, I don't know if you were saying just bored, or you meant quest bored, okay. I don't know if you were saying, I mean, you weren't saying you're bored of the game, but I think, to me, I like the game because it is a very relaxing game. If you just want to get in and kind of chill, I mean, even if there's nobody, like, I could literally play on this server by myself and probably still have fun. Because there's plenty of, I mean, to a certain point you wouldn't have fun. Once you get your crafting maxed and you can make stuff, that's all there is. But once you get, like, your crafting max and you can make pretty much everything, at that point, then I can see where, if there's nobody else playing, it'd be more because you'd be able to craft stuff, but you wouldn't be able to sell it to anybody. So, look at that view all the way across the, all the way across. That's pretty neat, seeing like this kind of buildings all the way across the way. But yeah, I mean, you don't need a ton of people to have fun in the game, but you do need it. If you're not doing PvP, if you're just doing PvE, you don't really need to have a high population to have fun in this game. But if you're doing the PvP stuff, excuse me, you do. You need the server has to be fairly populated. But I really hope that they can, this is the only MMO that's come out in a long time that's actually fairly different. I mean, in that it's not even different in necessarily a good way. Because like the UI, and I've already said that I'm not a fan of the UI. Like I think the UI I don't like how you go to the UI and it takes over the whole screen. You can't even do anything. Like if you're like walking and you go to actually it did work. I'm sorry, if you're walking and you go to your character window, it stops your character, and which I don't like. I think you should be able to keep moving. And same thing, if you're trying to just get to your bags, the only way to get to your bags is to go to the character window. So they've integrated your inventory and your character equipment and everything all in the same window, which is a really bad idea. I'm not sure why they chose to do that. And it's very shocking because of the fact that MMOs have been out for a long time, and some of the people that work on this game have worked on other MMOs, and you would think that would just not be, you wouldn't want to do it that way. I'm not sure what decision making they went with, but almost every other MMO you have a key where you open up your bags and it just opens up your bags, and like bottom right corner of the screen, you open up your bags and you can keep moving. Like I could even like be auto running open up my bags and like move stuff around in my bags, like organize them or split stacks, or you know what I mean? Maybe use a potion or something while I'm moving. And so the fact that you can't do that in this game is one of the things I dislike. But having, you know, what I was saying is that this game is a little bit different in because of the way it's just humans. There's no like other. It's not like a high fantasy style game. And that's different. You know, for whether for good or for bad, it is different. So that alone makes it feel, you know, different. What these are, eggs or something. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's the fact that it's just humans, but it definitely makes the game feel a lot different because you're used to like, you know, dwarves and elves. And personally, myself, I don't like it. You like the gunpowder? I don't personally. I like high fantasy, so I don't like the fact that there's no other races. That kind of bothers me, to be honest. But that's just me. I know some people aren't going to be like that. Yeah, the only reason this quest isn't going to give me a lot of XP is just because it's so low level, but it's still worth doing. Because it's easy, and it's going to give me like 75 gold, and there's 2 quests here, so we'll just knock them both out really quickly. Well, I totally whiffed on that one, didn't I? We moved. Gunpowder's okay. I mean, for this game, it works because, again, it's humans and it's, you know, kind of that conquistadorian Spanish conquest thing. So, you know, it makes sense. So I think gunpowder makes sense in this game. But I mean, the things about this game that I would give, like if we want to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give the graphics like a 9. I would give the level design probably a 10. I think the level design is fantastic. I'm going to be pretty generous with my numbers, you know what I mean? But I would give the graphics like an overall. I'd probably give it a 9. I think the graphics are really good. I mean, if I wanted to be picky on the graphics, I could, but I'm not going to. Just overall, like the lighting, the graphics, the textures, the water, you know, everything. I'd give it a 9. I think it's pretty damn good. You know, maybe an 8.5. We could be, if I wanted to be like stingy. I'd give the combat like a, I don't know, 7 maybe. I'd give the combat about a 7 out of 10. Only because I like the bow so much. I'd give the UI like a 5. I'd give the PvP. I can't grade the PvP because I just haven't done it enough. So. But I mean, I love this. This is one of my favorite parts of the game is what we're looking at right now. I mean, this is just gorgeous. I mean, these beautiful waves coming in, beautiful ships. Look at these ships up here on the hill. I mean, they just, you know, the models, the attention to detail. If you look at the wood, it's really well done. Look at the quality of the wood textures are excellent. The lighting's fantastic. The shadows are really good. I mean, look at the dust flowing off the beach here. Fantastic. I mean, that's why I give it a 9 out of 10 on visuals. You know, I'd be tempted to almost go higher, but I'm not going to because I've played other games that are better than this. But they're a little different. But they are graphically probably a little better. So. Oops, I almost walked right off, didn't I? I did walk right off. Having trouble with my keys there. I'm not awake yet, obviously. But PvE-wise, like the dungeons, I would give the PvE, and I've only done the one dungeon so far, but if I was going to give the PvE a rating as far as like player versus environment and player versus dungeons, I'd give the game, again, I'd probably give it like a 7. I think there's definitely a lot of room for improvement, but I think, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Ah. Apparently I'm all the way in the wrong area. One of my favorite things in MMOs is exploration, and I think that New World really pulls that off really well. Oh. Hmm. How did that miss? I would say the hitboxes are a little wonky sometimes, because if you rewind the stream there, that last shot definitely looked like it should have hit, so that was a little weird, but... Oh, look at that. You can tell, my aim was good. It didn't look like there was any kind of obstruction there, but obviously there was. So that's another thing I've noticed, is that some of these objects, the hitbox, the colliders, the bounding boxes on these three-dimensional objects, they're not that great. Only because, like that was a perfect example of, like I'm getting ready to throw a spear here, and it looks to me like I can. But you can see I can't. And that's really common in this game. So you got to be aware of that the bounding boxes, the colliders, are much larger than... They haven't done... To me, when you see that in the game, it just means it was rushed. It was like they were just trying to really quick throw bounding boxes on all the 3D objects really quickly, because it takes time to refine them a little bit. Although, if you were using Unreal Engine 5, it wouldn't be difficult at all, because Unreal Engine 5 allows you to do it quite easily. Oops. You're selling it now? Hey, Joshua. Yeah, I think it's I mean, it's definitely worth the price, and it's a good game. It's very fun. I just think, does it have the... Will it last? Will this game last? I just don't know. I don't know yet. We'll find out. We'll find out. But get in. If you're going to play it now, while it's still fresh and new, and, there's still pretty good populations, on the servers. You can see there. Did you see that? I'm aiming to the right, and the arrow's hitting him right in his... Look where I'm aiming. Oh, stop moving. Yeah. I'm aiming quite a bit to the right there, but it looked like it was hitting him right in the face. So I've noticed that the aim with the bow, if you have a target in front of you, you aim to the left of their head, you will miss sometimes. But if you aim to the right of their head, you usually won't. So I don't know if it's just because of the offset camera, but there is a little bit of a left to right thing going on. So just be aware of that. Like if I'm aiming at these torches here, if I were to aim here, I probably would miss, right? But if I aim here, I'm probably going to hit, although I didn't. But I see a lot of times against characters, like against the torch, it doesn't seem to matter. But against character models like NPCs, it does seem to matter. So, see if we can show you here. I'm not going to use this guy's going to come running at me. See, miss. I aimed quite a bit to the right of his head, to his left. I mean, sorry. And here we'll aim. You saw I aimed quite a bit to the right of his head, and I hit him. So. Just an interesting thing with the bow. Are they already trying to get you? And they're like, let's go. Are you going to get that hair? Are you going to go wild? Here, hold on a second. Hey, sorry about that, Josh. I was talking to my wife. Actually, I would not recommend my server. I would classify my server as medium population. So here, well, if you're Eastern, I don't know what city you're in the U.S. You know. My server I would classify as like a medium population. So what you want to do is you want to go to this website. It's called newworldstatus.com. Go here. It'll list all the it'll list the current status. There's 500,000 people playing the game right now. It'll do it by region. So if you're in the United States in the Eastern Time Zone, it's going to be 102,000 people currently. But just you can do a search for if depending on what zone you're in, Joshua. If you're in the Eastern Time Zone, you can do a search for just U.S. East, right? And then you'll see it'll highlight all the U.S. East servers. Then just scroll up and down through these U.S. East servers and see which one has like a high population. Most of them are sitting. They're all very similar. Look at all of them are in the 800s. That's pretty funny that almost all of them are around 800. They're going to get, and they're lower because this is kind of sorted by by population. So if we go up to the top here, this one's Valhalla is probably going to be the most populated server for Eastern Time Zone. I've heard that from a couple different people, but there are a few others that are pretty high pop. I think there must be a streamer on this server because I've heard people mention it several times. And of course the name Valhalla, people pick servers based on the name. They're like, ooh, I want to be on Valhalla, But if you're looking for a populated server and you're for the US Eastern Time Zone, yeah, I mean Valhalla's pretty populated. Carabas here is another one that's very. I've seen this yesterday. Was also populated yesterday, so this is a good one. And then just go down the list. You know, go down, and if you're not in US East or US West, just search for US West, and 972 and see that. So the Western servers aren't. Oh, here we go. Here's another one at 1298, and that's it. Now, then you can see there's a lot of servers. They are going to do server merges though, so if your server's like my server's not super populated right now, but if they do server merges and merge my server into another one, then it's going to become very populated. So we don't really know what the population is going to be like until they do the server merges, and they have said that that's coming. So we'll just have to wait and see. What am I doing on the quest? I still need broken weapons for the turncoats. Just keep killing these guys. This is a lower level quest, but even the lower level quests aren't bad. It still gives me 800 XP, which is not horrible. But the most important thing is it's giving me like 75 gold, and I'm just trying to make some money right now. And it also gives you your reputation with the different, with the different towns and the different, settlements, which is good because when you get reputation settlements, when you get up to like rank 10, I think then you can buy it. Your housing wise, you can then buy a house once you're up to like rank 10 with that settlement. So it's good to, even if the quest isn't super, high level quest, you can still knock them out quickly and get your settlement reputation up. Mm. Aw, man. Alright, says I should go over to knock this one out. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey! Really? Really? Headshot. That was a headshot. I believe that was another headshot, maybe. It's hard to tell. Weird. Sometimes the bow is... Sometimes it's just weird. The aiming in this game is a little finicky sometimes. Wait a minute. I think I'm out of ammo. Yep. I ran out. That's the first time I've ever run out of ammo. But I just happen to have more arrows in my bag. That is the first time I've ever run out of ammo in combat. My phone. I'm having some food delivered, so I gotta check my cell phone here. Bear with me. Like jars of dagger wine. Jars of wine. Would have been smart of them to kind of stick some down here, but I guess... Nope, there is. See that? See that? See the light right there? Glowing? Question is, how do I get to it? I can interact with it right here. See that? There's a prison crate under the floorboards. I was gonna say, would it be smart to put this something down there? And we know what? They did do it. They did put it down there. Alright, quest complete. Sometimes the poison arrow bugs out. You saw there, my poison arrow looks like it didn't work for whatever reason. That happens sometimes too. But yeah, when aiming at people, I tend to aim at their left ear. Aiming at the left ear if they're just standing still is a pretty good spot to aim at. If you want to be really safe, you can aim at their left collarbone. It's a good, real safe spot to aim if they move at all. And we're slowly making our way to 60. I'm taking my time. Not the way I play every MMO, really. I like to explore and try all the different systems. Love the level design in this game. Just absolutely gorgeous, you know. Beautiful trees, beautiful. I love... There's a lot of elevation. If you play New World, you'll notice pretty quickly that there's a lot of going up hills, going down hills, going over mountains. I like that. A lot of MMOs are too flat. But you're definitely not New World. Lots of elevation. Just really cool. I'm still putting together my feedback for the forums. I'll get the post together, and before I post it, I'll put it on stream so you guys can see. Or maybe I'll just I'll What I'll do is I'll post a link in the community tab on my YouTube site with a link to the forums. You guys can look at the feedback that I'm probably going to, because it's going to be pretty lengthy, where I'm going to talk about things that, bugs, suggestions, enhancements that I have that I think could make the game quite a bit better. Push. There's a little farm over here. Let's check this out for some quality regions. You can see on the compass at the top, there's some plants. You see it's like little grapes. And so we're going to go in. What it is, it's these nuts. They're showing up on my compass at the top. So the higher level you get in certain professions, you can track things. Like I can track small animals like these wolves. That's based on how high your skinning and stuff is. And we can also track like pigs, stuff like that. And we can also track the food here. You can see here we've got cabbages and stuff that we're certainly gonna pick that stuff up because this stuff is very useful for cooking. We can even pick up the herbs. The herbs are going to make help you make the lowest level healing potions and lowest level mana potions, I think. For your Arcana. Arcana. How do you pronounce that? I'm going to call it Arcana. Arcana? I'm trying to think how you pronounce that. Arcanus? Let's call it Arcana. Arcanus. Arcana. Let's call it Arcana. Arcana. Okay, Arcane. We're going to call it Arcana then. You spent about 8 hours in Weaver's Fen now, and gold is such a depressing... Oh, Weaver's Fen? That's way up top left, isn't it? Or wait. Oh, here. This zone, yeah. It's the best zone for getting the oil. You need to get oil, that's the place to go. But I'm too low level, dude. I'm too low level, ripoff. Your EST? Yeah, no problem, Joshua. It's all swamp? Yeah. I know it's the place to go if you want to get oil. Alright, we're going to look at the compass here. Is there anything else? Yeah, there's some more stuff around here somewhere. What is this? It says there's some... It must be... I was going to say it must be some nuts. There we go. There's some nuts on the ground here. Again, that's good for Arcana. Arcana! Why is there a doe embedded in the floor there? I don't know. But whatever. Poor doe, we killed it. Sorry. Sorry, doe. These are the quests I almost like doing more than any other, just the town quests. Because they're usually pretty easy. Go out, kill some stuff, gather some things. But they're usually worth pretty good gold.
Ah, I'm glad
See.
you've returned.
20
Now, let me
Azoth,
see these
800
weapons.
XP, 75 gold, 250.
They are usable.
You know.
Of course, we have a shortage of armor strong enough to resist corruption as well. I had to spare.
One of my other enhancements is every time you're in a town and you go to the map, it should automatically go to. Oh, well, there's a nice bug. It should automatically go to this map. I mean, if you want to zoom out, just zoom out. But when you're in town, you want to see this map. So by default, that's another one of the things I'm going to be putting on the feedback. I mean, that should just be standard. When you're inside a town and you hit map, it should go to this map. But it doesn't. It goes to your last whatever. You know, let's say I do this and pull my map way over here. So it does center on your settlement, but it doesn't zoom in, which I personally dislike. The Holy Knights. The Holy Knights! I don't know who the Holy Knights are. I like the name, though. The Holy Knights. Maybe the Knights of Holy?
I can feel the party coming on already. We got wine and honey cakes. It's gonna be a feast. Just let me finish making preparations.
And there's another quest that's opened up. Let's check it out real quick, see if it's easy. And then we'll look at my mastery point, because I think I got to raise my bow skill. Bow
Of course, we
mastery.
have a shortage. Yes, not so much the armors.
Okay, so she's getting
themselves,
1,000
but
XP.
there are
This is pretty good.
Azoth-infused artifacts in the ruins of Antares and Achenar. Recover these artifacts, and I can extract what we need to strengthen our own armors against corruption.
Okay. The exit out of this place, this way. I go knock out this ancient craftsmanship quest. 1,000 XP is not horrible. Maybe half a bar. See at the bottom of the screen. It's just like World of Warcraft. I believe there's about 20 bars here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're currently on the 16th bar, so 17th. So yeah, there's about 20 bars, just like WoW. I'd say that 1,000 XP is probably, I don't know if I can tell, maybe half a bar. Half a bar's worth, so if I can do one quest and do half a bar, then like that's not bad. I want to see if I can get my wife in here. I don't think she's really looked at this game too much. Hold on one second. All right, guys, I may do some. I may have my wife do some laundry real quick. She's trying to run out the door, so I may go AFK for a minute, but not yet. Once the dryer stops, I'll do that. I showed Amber the game, and I said, "Hey, it's pretty nice looking, isn't it?" She's like, she goes, "I know places like that in the real world." She goes, "I prefer to live in the real world than in a computer." And I was like, "Oh boy, uh-oh." We're going up to Tennessee though in November next month. We'll be up there for 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, yeah. Camping and hiking and canoeing and doing all that fun stuff in the real world. But I like this computer world too. This is a beautiful game. I just wish that the bow combat had some more aspects to it like Skyrim. I mean, we really need to get rid of this aiming cursor. So we don't need the typical. You know, I understand why they do this because they're probably thinking more for PvP purposes, but it really just gets in the way. We all understand that when we're moving, it's harder to aim, right? That's why it does this. The cursor kind of expands when you're moving. You know, like if I start to do this, actually, it doesn't do it there. Like if I just left click, my aim's probably not going to be as accurate if I'm moving. But as soon as you left click, she goes into the animation. So I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me to have this cursor. You know, I really don't understand it. And then when you zoom in, if you're just trying to shoot somebody who's really far away, like if I was going to shoot this guy running down the road, the cursor is actually obscuring so much of what I'm looking at. So they just need to change that. So that's going to go into my feedback for sure. They really need to fix the cursor for the bow. It's terrible, the aiming cursor. And then, but what I was talking about with the arrow is you can't see the flight of the arrow far enough. Like if I shoot an arrow like over towards this stone column over here, towards the stone column, I would expect to see the fly of the arrow easily all the way there. And you really don't. A lot of it's because of the trail they put on it, that big purple trail. If you go to Skyrim and look how Skyrim's bow combat works, it's very easy to see the fly of the arrow, and I don't think it has that big purplish looking trail on it, you know? Yeah. Or even if I shoot an arrow in the sky, right? A lot of it, like, it's lost. Like, a lot of it's obscured by my aiming cursor. And then if I move the aiming cursor, I still, you know, you lose the arrow really quickly, so I don't know. But I'd have to go back and play Skyrim, but the bow combat in Skyrim is better than this because it's just easier to see the flight of the arrow, which I think is really important for far shots, because you can hit people at a pretty good distance in this game. I mean, the bow definitely flies the entire length. Like, I can shoot this column over here. You know, you can see there's pretty good drop-off, but let's see if I aim up here. You know, that probably hit the column, but we can't really tell. You know, it's just, you know, we couldn't really tell if it did or not, so. That was some piss poor shooting. I gotta check the dryer. I'll be right back. Old life moth. Oh, he hit me. Strange. Take the heart gem. No, that's not it. Traveler. There's a lot of them, but man, this place is full of stuff. You know, like water and different modes that we can use for crafting, for arcana. Just wonder. Oh, I want me to go here. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a little AFK break. Well, I just gotta check on something. I'll be right back. All right, it'll make more sense just for me to take a little break, guys, and come back and start streaming again in like, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour, probably. Because I got some food coming and I got some stuff I gotta do for my wife. So let me take a little break. Probably, like I said, 30 minutes. Probably just 30 minutes. 30, 45 minutes, and then I'll come back and keep streaming. Can't pass up on these nice regions, though. This is a pretty good area to gather. I mean, this area right here around this Antares, there's a lot of really nice regions here for crafting. Pretty cool. Let's see where... Excuse me. It's so hard to log off because I want to keep playing, but I'll be back. Let's just get my character up to the location that I need to get to. There was an ore over there, but I don't think it's the kind that I can mine. And if it's lodestone, I can get this. I don't think this is lodestone, though. I think this is orichalcum. Yeah, see, this is orichalcum. I can't do orichalcum yet, sadly. Ooh, cranberries. I like cranberries. Yeah, but man, look at all of the... So many regions around here. All right. All right, I'll be back, like I said, 30, 45